Hey y'all, happy Halloween. The update dropped a few hours ago and I just wanted to take a look at it and discuss some things. It's a pretty small but simple and good update. And I applaud them for their first non-backhanded update. So we have 8 new fighters and they all look pretty good. I usually don't read what a fighter does till I actually own them, but I'll do it for this patch review. So Superluminal seems like a very unique support. I really like her first signature ability because it's similar to Harlequin without being blatant power creep. She's a very dash heavy support, which would pair well with things like Parasol, Philia, Fukua, and maybe even Prestige Big Band. The successful dash attacks into the refresh tagging sounds interesting, but I don't really see a benefit for it unless you're using it with a support that likes taggins or you're playing Rift. But hey, maybe it'll make more sense if I get her. I'm a bit conflicted with the second signature ability. First special move hit of a combo grants evasion, which sounds pretty good, especially when they say all teammates. And I'm assuming if it works for the other teammates who are off field or on bench or whatever you call it, that'd be pretty good. But the first blockbuster hit grants teammates haste for 7 seconds is a bit random to me. Like some blockbusters are long as hell and you won't get much benefit from them. Especially if it's like a BB3 or a combo ender blockbuster. Like it's cool I guess, but I don't know if it's long enough to truly get value out of it consistently because certain blockbusters are used to start combos and some are used just to finish combos. So maybe at most you'll get like 3 seconds of haste after the opponent flies through the air and gets up. Also, if you defeat a fighter with a blockbuster hit, I don't think you have enough time to use that haste on the next fighter. But hey, maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. New Fukua is just a very combo heavy fighter. She looks pretty fun, but looks like if you get cursed once, it's kind of over for her. She just had random buffs and debuffs with some buff control for the opponent. She looks pretty simple but fun. Can't say much about her. Miss Mercury is pretty cool. It's nice having more star power variants that gains meter faster. I do think it's kind of stepping on Ninja Star's toes a bit with the power creep by just having a better buff control than Ninja. Not really a fan of the blatant power creep recently, especially with the dark silver variants. Stone Sentinel is just one of those variants that fits into the club of having half a signature ability. Like a bear support is cool, but that's kind of all she does. I'm assuming her first signature ability works with the entire team, but that's really only useful on defense. This other signature ability gives barriers, which is cool I guess. Always want to have more barrier supports. Serpent Sin double looks pretty cool, but a lot of people have just been comparing her to Bloody Valentine. She's basically just a little bit of burst healing with miasma. And that's it. It's pretty simple, but eh. The new Eliza though? Hmm. Who was cooking and why should we burn them? A Deadeye Eliza. Like what more do you need? She already has one of the best kits in the game. Why do we have Deadeye and Eliza now? Plus she has permakill? Like why? Why does a silver have permakill like this? This variant seems very tailored towards Rift, and just another Eliza that's born to be critless. Not really fond of this one because you can see the favoritism here. Like every month we either get a super strong Eliza or a Parasol or a Dahlia. It's a little skewed. Nightshade is just doing way too much for a base level silver. Like we're giving the fighter with buff removal on block Deadeye as well. What more does she need? She's a good fighter, I won't deny that, but this is just overkill. Feared Foe is pretty cool. I mean, she uses the lesser part of Fukua's kit and makes it her strongest. She has curse and bonus damage for special clones, which is pretty cool. I think she should be a standard of what silver should be. Good and simple and not doing too much. Not like Biohazard, which is way too fucking overtuned. I really like her. She's simple, strong, and not competing with other variants. She's probably my favorite of all the new silvers. Hallowed Fiend is just another simple and strong silver. She basically has meter drain and can inflict hex. And this is the first hex variant that Autumn has put out. But that's all the variants. Let's talk about one of the best changes they have ever done. So in Jackpot Relics, it's now a 50-50 on getting the new gold, which is extremely good. And Jackpots will only drop the monthly diamond, which is extremely good. The diamond relic will now be a 50-50, which is so good because I missed like 15 months in a row of getting the new monthly fighter. This is just a massive change for the better, and it has like zero drawbacks. I'm really happy they made this change. They buffed the Medici prize fight, and we get more coins now, which is a pretty good change. They're adding regional pricing, which is pretty good. Makes it a lot more fair to other countries. They're also changing up some prices in the shop. I hope it's for the better because they said it before and it didn't turn out too well. Like, some of their prices are absolutely atrocious. Like for Eliza's birthday, they made her reroll pack $30 when it used to be $10. And then for Painwell's birthday, they reduced it back to $10. But just like, why did this happen in the first place? Was it because she was the new diamond and she also had a birthday in the same month? Is that why? I don't think it was a bug because they never said anything about it, but it was just like very questionable choices there. Alright, balance changes. I'm gonna be a little bit more negative here because this shouldn't have panned out as it did. Some people say it's good, some people say it's bad, some people say it's useless, and they are all correct. So they increased stat scaling per evolution, but they didn't do it in a good way, personally. So their stats was increased on a blanket change, it affected everything at the same amount equally. But that is the issue. All of the non-diamonds got buffed, right? However, not all of them needed buffs, and some of them need more buffs than others. It really just made the strong super strong and the weak just a little bit stronger. Them saying it'll close the gap a little bit more as they evolve is baloney. In my opinion, they should have manually changed the stats instead of doing a blanket change. The blanket change was just lazy on their part. Some variants are just so low that you don't feel the change at all. The blanket change does not address the issue with specific fighters. Rogue Agent did not need a stat buff, but now she has 900 more attack than Furry Fury. Certain fighters just get a bigger boost than others because they have a higher base to begin with. If you multiply nothing by nothing, then you get fucking nothing. Heavy Rain only have 7,900 attack. Now if you compare that to her base diamonds, that's 13.6k, then it's nowhere near as what they say. If Heavy Rain had a higher base attack, she'd be a beast, but it's still embarrassingly low right now. I wasn't expecting the change to be super high up there, but it should have been better. It should have been at least 10k at least. She can't even break 8,000 attack. It's still pretty low even after the buffs. They should have just manually increased the stats or just have a better formula for it. Freedom Fighter is 14k. Beast King is only 13. Freedom Fighter isn't even inherently offensive. Why does he have so much fucking attack? Like, the buffs are good, but they're not done in a good way. The fighters that needed more help than others got the least help. It's just that the weak get strong and the strong get stronger. That's all it is. They also changed Danger Prone's card art, which is pretty nice. I wasn't a big fan of it before, but I also wasn't one of people on Twitter bullying the artist for no fucking reason. Another big gripe with me is that they added new music for the menu, right? But they don't have a video for it. They have no link. They have nothing for it. Why? Why is that? The video they did before was an unlisted YouTube link. Like, do you not want people to listen to the music? Like, why is it unlisted? They also fixed some bugs. Finally, they fixed Sheer and Soul Crusher. But it's not flawless. It still has some issues there, but it's not crashing. But I do find something funny going on with it. But yeah, all around a solid update. There's no real backhanded changes to the game. All of these changes were beneficial to the players. Not really a fan of the power creep or the pandering to Parasol, Eliza, and Dahlia every month, but the variants are good. Can't deny that. I just wish that other variants were getting more love. I think the stat changes could have been handled better, but it's better than nothing. But also, like, Jazz having almost 100k HP is crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure he's still meta in Rifts as well, so that's pretty crazy. But he did not need that buff at all. I do have some other videos in the works, but I'll see y'all soon. Unless I get permabanned again for some reason.